This is Mike Boland, analyst with BIA Kelsey, and this is a BIA Kelsey weekly analyst brief. So we're going to talk about some of the things that we've seen happen in the wide world of mobile and location technologies this week. And two items I want to focus on briefly are from XAD and Verve, two companies that are very much at the forefront of location-based ad targeting and lots of interesting technologies that are continuing to develop around that area. So XAD, first off, came up with a report that we wrote about on our blog, which you can read about on the BIA Kelsey blog, that essentially unpacked the last year of trends that we've seen. And the last year has been interesting. And they focused on retail as a category because retail, of course, is very important. The age of smartphones is colliding with all of the things happening in things such as retail shopping, particularly offline, with all the attention paid to e-commerce over the last decade. It's often forgotten, and people are always surprised when I remind them that e-commerce only represents about 7% of U.S. retail spending. The rest happens all offline in physical stores. But of course, the mobile device and the desktop computer and all connected devices essentially are playing a huge part in driving that offline behavior. As I mentioned, it's about 93% of that spending is offline. A little under half of that is influenced on mobile devices and on the desktop, and that happens to the tune of about $1.5 trillion. So with that backdrop, XAD looked at a lot of interesting data, such as of all the smartphone-related purchases that they see on their network, 77% of them are happening in store. So very much aligns with the data we're seeing elsewhere. Lots of other interesting trends too, such as the amount of adoption they're seeing on their network for advertisers, particularly large brand advertisers that are targeting campaigns with various flavors of location targeted ad strategies that XAD offers. Very germane topic to our upcoming conference in May in Atlanta, which is all about national local. XAD and BI Kelsey are very much on top of these trends, and not just the incidence of a lot of location targeted happening, but also the advancements in the different types of location targeting. For example, using location plus behavioral and profiles of users. It goes along with XAD's tagline, people plus places. So it's all about targeting places, but also we can't forget the long-standing advertising metric of reaching certain types of demographics of users. And a lot of these location targeting technologies are helping advertisers really precisely identify who these users are as a result of the places they're going. So a lot of interesting dimensions to that. The second topic we're going to go over is Verve Mobile. Verve is a company we worked with last month, releasing a paper on attribution in mobile advertising and how that's being measured as a clearer sense of ROI as people see things on their mobile devices, ads, content, different forms of engagement. What do they do after that? So Verve actually announced something very interesting along the lines of that attribution strategy, but also very interestingly along the lines of the retail topic we just discussed in light of XAD's report. So Verve actually announced that they are one of the first launch partners to basically integrate with Apple's both Passbook and iBeacon. Now these are both technologies that help Verve close the loop, or I should say it helps Verve enable their advertisers to better close the loop. So with Passbook, for example, any ads that people saw can basically be integrated further by saving a certain coupon or a ticketing system to their device directly from the ad to the iOS-based Passbook program. Now, the fact that people are doing that when they start to engage it will be, I think, a much more telling sign of user intent and, again, ROI and attribution. And then the iBeacon standard is one that is even younger and more emerging, but we're seeing lots of interesting things happen, and we're predicting lots of interesting things for iBeacon. It's an in-store technology to engage users. So users that have previously seen an ad or engaged with an ad in some way through Verve's technology can then be alerted by iBeacons in stores to further engage and even convert. So really this kind of solves that last mile problem in kind of the the world of location-based targeting, we're getting closer and closer to the cash register. And for a long time, it was about getting people to the store. Now we're talking about once they enter the store to engage them even further to that last mile to the cash register. So a lot of interesting things happening out there. Verve, XAD, check out both these stories on the BIA Kelsey blog and in our ongoing coverage. And again, as I mentioned, our May conference in Atlanta. And you can find out a lot of information about that on the BIA Kelsey website, which is www.biakelsey.com. I'm Mike Boland. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time.